Bryan, Jonas Valanciunas at 5. Why?
He's the best player on the board for us. Not only fits a need, but talent-wise and projecting out what he's capable of doing at that 5 spot, it's the perfect piece for us. We've been talking about our need for 5. We've been talking about the need for more length and athleticism. He's going to be a great complement to this team. The question is when.
Well, when you talk about when, he has a buyout. What are your thoughts there? Does he come over now or quite possibly in a year from now?
Just for clarity, there is no buyout right now. That's got to be negotiated. There's been an agreement that's been more or less in place for a few days. I think the kid refrained from signing it, wasn't totally comfortable. There is a scenario where I'll go over and travel with Leon Rose, his agent, to make sure that we communicate those needs with the club and talk to him about a plan of how it best works for everyone involved. And, you know, again, he's 19 years old. He's got a ways to go in terms of the physical development that we need to see out of him before he's ready to compete nightly in the NBA. But big bounce, length, a lot of different things that we're excited to see at some point. The buyout will resolve itself, and, you know, short end, it could be 0 years. Long end, it could be 3 years, but we'll get him here sooner rather than later.
All right, well, how about the process of getting him at 5? Because obviously a lot of signals were sent out. There were people that were trying to move up, as many as 4 different teams trying to move up to actually acquire him. Tristan Thompson chosen 4, and then that changes the outlook.
I think the uncertainty at 4, you know, prompted, or the uncertainty with the buyout prompted Cleveland at 4 to move in a different direction. It opened up the door for us. We're thrilled to have him, but there were a lot of people even gunning for number 5 to try to move up to get who I believe was Jonas Valanciunas. And the reason more than anything, I believe, is, you know, a lot of the analytics teams that follow that, you know, those measures, absolutely fell in love with this guy because his numbers were off the charts, and he projects out to be a very formidable piece in the NBA. And again, at the 5 position, for us to find this kind of a young man, young talent, it's a great fit for us.
You know, it's interesting because when you look at what you've done since you've been here, you've always had the big picture in mind. And I think a lot of people look at that and say immediately, you know, they want to see something happen, but yet you've always been able to do that.
You know, the draft crowds are always about instant gratification. You know, I've seen some great players booed over the years. I'll never forget Dan Marley being selected by the Phoenix Suns one year, and I wasn't even, you know, involved, you know, from a standpoint of the management team. But Cotton Fitzsimmons went out and said, "You're all going to be sorry, you know, one day for booing Dan Marley here." And he went on to prove to have a great career. Wayne Embry said they booed him in Cleveland when he picked Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson had a Hall of Fame type career, you know, playing a number of years with us after we acquired him in Phoenix. But, you know, this is a business driven by information, driven by the internet. A lot of communications and stories are out there. I can't worry about all that. I've got to worry about making a decision that's best for the Toronto Raptors and this organization, both short-term and long-term. I've got to have that vision. So we've got a plan in place. We're going to take some of the flexibility that we have, you know, worked so hard to create. We're going to work toward either acquiring free agents or players in trades to complement the team that we're currently building and developing right now. We've got a lot of excitement, and we're very encouraged by this young core. So, you know, what we'll do this summer is take that next step forward. We've obviously gone in a different direction in the coaching area. We're going to take a little bit more of a defensive-minded approach to things. I think that there's some good things on the horizon for this franchise, and I hope there's a patience level with the fans with respect to Jonas.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.